What is up, everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. Okay, today we're diving headfirst into Hulu's new dating show, and believe me, the one and only entry requirement is something else. Let's get right into it. But hey, before we get into the juicy details, do me a quick solid and absolutely smash that like button. It helps us out a ton. Thanks. Okay, so Hulu just unleashed a reality show with a premise so completely bonkers that you just have to ask, is this the most chaotic dating show ever? All right, Section 1, TV's newest wild show. So let's just lay it all out. What is this show that's got everyone talking? So the show is called Are You My First? And the whole concept is, well, it's wild. They take a whole bunch of eligible virgins, stick them in a tropical resort, and basically tell them to mingle, date, and, maybe not be virgins by the end of it. And let me tell you, they lean into this theme hard. Like, seriously, one critic absolutely nailed it, saying the narration sounds like, and I quote, they locked a group of frenzied comedy writers in a room until they've come up with roughly 500 virginity puns. It is just nonstop. I mean, nothing is off limits at all. They don't just send people home. No. The eliminations are literally called virgin sacrifices. I'm not kidding. It is exactly as over the top as you think. Okay, Section 2, the streaming wars factor. So you're probably asking why? Why does a show like this even exist? And the answer, my friends, comes down to the big picture, the streaming wars. Basically, you can think of this show as Disney's big play in the streaming wars, right? You've got Netflix over here with these massive, edgy hits like Too Hot to Handle. So Disney's firing back, using Hulu to create its own wild, buzzworthy dating show to try and grab that same audience. And of course, a show this unique needs a very specific host. So they went digging, and May found none other than the former Virgin Bachelor himself, Colton Underwood. Yeah. And, well, his involvement adds a whole other layer of complications to this whole thing. So Underwood's history is pretty thorny. You've got a restraining order filed by the winner of his season with some serious allegations of stalking and harassment. Now, he has since come out as gay and talked a lot about his own religious trauma, but having him host a show that's all about gamifying heterosexual sex, it's definitely making a lot of people raise their eyebrows. All right, Section 3. A very specific first time. So putting the host aside for a second, the entire foundation of this show is built on a really narrow and kinda outdated idea of what a first time even means. Which leads to the million-dollar question, right? When this show talks about virginity, what are they actually talking about? Well, their definition is super heteronormative. We're talking only, and I mean only, about penis and vagina sex. It just completely ignores the fact that there's a whole world of other sexual experiences out there. And his focus kind of feeds right back into purity culture, That whole idea that virginity is this precious thing you have to protect and then lose, instead of just, a personal experience, one part of your own journey. Okay, Section 4, Gen Z's dating divide. Now, for all its problems, the show does accidentally give us this really fascinating glimpse into a major divide that's happening within Gen Z right now. And you see this divide crystal clear when they're asked why they're still virgins. The women, they give all these really complex personal answers, waiting for the right person, dealing with medical issues like vaginismus, or processing past trauma. But the men, it's pretty much one answer across the board: religion. And this clash in thinking leads to some moments that will just make your head spin. Like, there's this one scene where a guy says, I don't believe in gender roles, and then literally in the next breath says that men should be leaders of the family and have a home-cooked meal waiting for them. I mean, what? It's just a perfect snapshot of this huge cultural clash. So, Section 5, pressure cooker or rebrand. This brings us to the final question. What's the real endgame here? Is this show genuinely trying to help virgins connect? Or is there something else going on? The show really wants you to think it's a judgment-free zone. But let's be real, does it actually help anyone? Like, does it do anything for people who might already feel insecure or like they're falling behind? And that's the big central problem, isn't it? As one writer put it, how does making your virginity such an identity marker do anything but add to the pressure of finding a partner? By making it their entire personality on the show, it just puts this massive spotlight on the very thing they say they're trying to take the stigma away from.
So in the end, the show feels a lot less like some genuine social experiment and a whole lot more like a calculated business move. The final verdict? It's a Disney rebrand ploy, plain and simple, designed to get people talking and to keep up in the streaming wars.
So what do you think? Is this show a good thing? Or is it just pushing purity culture in a shiny new package? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss our next explainer. Thanks for watching.